everyone, and welcome to episode 107 of the Character Unlock podcast. I am hosting today, and with me, as always, is my good friend John.
Hello.
And also my very good friend Andrew.
Wow.
Brooker, how you doing?
Hello, mate. Come back.
Yeah, still going to go off a good start there. So, as usual, we're going to go through what we've been playing and any news. But to start off, how are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. I've got a celebrations advent calendar, which may or may not be empty already.
I didn't bother with an advent calendar this year. I bought one for the kid, I bought one for the wife, and went, why am I limiting myself to a tiny piece of chocolate a day? I'm going to buy myself a dairy milk. Fuck you.
Should have just bought an entire tub of celebrations or heroes.
True. I like to get I usually like to get a Lego calendar because then obviously the Lego gets pieced together with all the other Lego for the kids, so it kind of works out. But I haven't bought one this year.
I also have a hot sauce advent calendar, but there's only so much hot sauce that you can have, because you kind of run out of things you can add hot sauce to. Like today, I had a curry. There was no real reason to add hot sauce to it.
There's always reason to add hot sauce to a curry.
It's chicken in hot sauce.
Yeah, so there was no benefit to adding another hot sauce.
How much hot sauce do you get behind every door? Like a sachet, or do you get little Tabasco bottle sized?
No, it's a little sachet. That's the other thing that irritates me, is the fact that it's a little plastic sachet, which,
The fact that your kitchen cupboard's going to look like a weird Mexican restaurant for a little while.
Yeah.
You could make every pot noodle you eat a Bombay Bad Boy, though. Even if you buy chicken and mushroom.
Even if you buy Tesco value pot noodles.
Oh, don't you dare.
9p a pot noodle.
Who buys that? They need a slap. If I was working on the tills at Tesco and someone rolled up with a fucking own brand pot noodle, I would go, what's the matter, mate?
I will pay for the rest of the fucking pot noodle.
Just pick it up and launch it back into the store. No, mate, you're not having that. Just say goodbye.
They're not actually allowed to leave the store. You get to the front door and the security guard just sort of stands in front of you, just shakes his head at you until you.
You've got to swallow the disappointment before you get to leave.
Well, we've not devolved too far yet.
No.
It's good.
We do.
I've had a weird day today. My day has flicked genuinely in real extremes. It's gone from me honestly calling my boss a fucking twat really loud in the middle of the office because he pissed me off.
Awesome.
And then the other end of the scale was me randomly Teams sharing my screen with a work colleague, and every time we opened it, all that was happening on my screen was a big flashing sign that said, your mum.
Productivity.
And then I closed the Teams connection down again.
Did you see did I send you guys the video? I can't remember. There was a video the other day of a group of about 20 people on a Teams call, and I think one guy had obviously joined. He didn't realise he joined, just knocking one out.
You did send that to us, yeah.
Oh, that is fucking terrible.
That is how to assert dominance 101.
That is how to hand in your resignation without writing anything down. Oh, wow. Okay. So,
thankfully, I didn't go to those lengths. I just wanted to have a bit of a laugh. Don't ever let it be said that I'm a grown up.
No, well, we're not, are we? Let's be honest. I mean, physically we're grown up, but mentally,
I'm an adult. I'm not a grown up.
Are we late teen? What would you class yourself mentally? I'd say probably I'm about 22.
Yeah, I was going to say 21, 22 tops.
Yeah.
Dude, I spent my entire day yelling your mum at a workmate who was yelling it back at me. That's a bit of a level as to where I am.
Your mum. Your mum. That is the only response when someone says your mum, is just, well, your mum.
Yeah, pretty much. I also found a picture of Liam Neeson pointing with two fingers, and the thing under it said "sniff your mum." And it is. I've saved it on my work computer, and I'm kind of regretting it because I'm sure someone's going to find it and I'm going to get into trouble. But it's also really funny.
No one should find that. And even if they do, they would look at it and just, that gif of the man in the wilderness just nodding in approval.
Pretty much.
What film is that even from? I've never known that one.
I've got no idea.
I just know it from the meme.
Oh, I suppose that's one for Google later then.
Answers on a postcard, people.
Never let it be said that we don't ask the big questions.
Yeah, and speaking of Google, we're scraping the barrel for news this week.
I did think that when you sent the email around. I was like, wow, that really is.
There's not a lot going on.
That's not a lot, is there?
You can't really have news when you've just had a double console launch.
Yeah, so let's move on to the extremely short but possibly mildly funny news. So, a couple of days ago it was announced that the Series S and also possibly the Series X developer mode can run PS2 games disc if you put an emulator on it.
Brilliant.
Which I think is fucking perfect.
Have to pay for PlayStation Now if you want to do it on your PlayStation.
Can you? Yeah, does it have PS2 games on PS Now?
I think it's got a few, yeah.
Oh, I just think it's funny that an Xbox can play a disc version of a PS2 game and a PlayStation can't. I just find that amusing.
I've still got my Killzone 2 Steelbook. If someone wants to figure out how to play PlayStation 3 games on an Xbox, I'd really appreciate it.
I don't think you'll be able to play a PlayStation 3 game on anything except PlayStation 3 because that is some arse backwards architecture.
Yeah, that's PlayStation Now jobby as well.
I have a spare PlayStation 3 though. If you want one, I've got two for some reason. I don't know why I've got two.
You inherited one.
No, I've got the big black shiny original box one. I've got that one, and then I've got the little slim ones that came out quite late. They come out in different colours and stuff with a sliding lid.
Yeah, the proper tiny little one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've got one of those too, a blue one, which is ugly as shit.
I had the mid-sized one, the original slim one. I got rid of my fat which was a day one, and then because I think my day one might have been Korean.
Nice, piano black, Korean PlayStation.
Yeah. But I wanted it to play Korean Blu-rays because I have an extraordinary amount of Korean Blu-rays. And then it just stopped working, so I replaced it with a regular old slim, and then just sold it on when I got the 4. It's the one I do genuinely kind of regret it because I was hoping the 4 would be backwards compatible, and it wasn't. Obviously, nothing is because it's the PlayStation 3. And I'm a little bit sad about that. But then at the same time, I got nowhere to put a fucking another console in my house anyway, so it would just end up gathering dust in the loft.
Well, speaking of the backwards architecture of the fucking PlayStation 3, wasn't there a single model of the PlayStation 3 that could play PS1 games?
The first one.
Yeah, it was the first model. It could play. Could it play PS2 as well?
It could, PS1? It could play PS2 as well. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure all models of the PS3 could play PS1 games.
Yeah, that might be it, and it's PS2 that got stopped.
Yeah, but only the first model of the first SKU of the PS3 could play PS2, I think. I don't know. It's a long time ago, lads.
Yeah,
I'm getting old.
A fucking long time ago.
An extremely long time ago.
But yeah, playing PS2 games on a Xbox, I think, is quite funny. Although, why you would ever want to do that, ever? I don't know. Maybe you guys are different. I'm not particularly nostalgic for many PS2 games.
No,
a lot of them are very forgettable. Like
I'm not even nostalgic for PS1. I bought the PS1 Mini and I played it for the whole of about 20 minutes.
I think the PS1 was probably the start of the let's kind of not really nostalgic generation. It's like everything before that is like arcade classics or like small form factor console classics. You kind of want to go out and go, you know what? I do kind of want a SNES Mini. Or even to an extent, Nintendo still had that with the N64. You kind of think to yourself, I wouldn't mind an N64 Mini if they had the right games on it. But I could take or leave almost any first-party PlayStation stuff because it's all But once it went into that 3D generation, all the games kind of felt a bit meh and very similar.
Yeah, see, I remember loving them when I was playing them, but yeah, I think I'm the same for most of the games from, like, say, the last generation as well. Like, I've got a few that I really love. I've got no need to go back and play them ever again. I don't think there's so many games coming out that I want to play. I ain't got time to go back. I'm basically the opposite of my dad. My dad's sitting there, hey, your dad, back in the days, my TV used to last 27 years. I don't care about your fucking TV, Dad. New stuff. If it ain't new and shiny, get it the fuck out of my house.
I wouldn't want a TV to last 27 years, because in 27 years' time, if your TV is still, well, considered to be upmarket model, there's a definite problem with the way that tech's progressed between now and the next 27 years.
I didn't say he said his TV was good or even high spec. I just said it lasted.
Well,
if you're only watching analog TV on it, it doesn't really make much difference, does it?
If you're like my dad and all you do is watch like Sony Classics and TCM, every movie's in black and white. It doesn't matter how many fucking pixels it's got, mate. They all look the same.
True.
I loved my PS2, but I'm not overly nostalgic about it. I think that was the console I had the most games on it at the time, because I think the PS2 was when I first got a real disposable income.
Yeah.
So I was buying a game every week.
Yeah, I think
ignoring my girlfriend.
Yeah. I think I was buying a game, maybe the same, maybe once a week, maybe once every couple of weeks. But I was also, when I was done with it, selling them on. You know, I had the same. I had disposable income. I had many and varied nefarious habits. Gaming being one of them. I don't know. Maybe it's just something as I've gotten older. I just go. I don't really care. I was not sad that I got rid of my PlayStation 4. I was, it was done. It's time for something new. And I think I was the same when I bought my 4. Apart from obviously wanting to play Killzone and not being able to. I don't do nostalgia. I don't think, not for games anyway. Films I'm nostalgic about.
Yeah. Okay, so the whole Xbox and PS5 release was a bit of a shambles.
It was
I think we've spoken about it before, but from a news point of view today, it's the scalper and delivery driver fiascos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously, scalper-wise, on the PS5, they claim to have got 3,500 PS5s.
Yeah.
With their scalper group, and they got them as well, I think.
Yeah.
And then recently they came out and said they got 1,000 Xboxes on the latest release, although Very have now said that they've cancelled all of those orders, so that might be a bit of justification, I guess.
Yeah. So it's been interesting. So obviously the last time we recorded was the week after the Xbox launch, wasn't it? And the day before the PlayStation launch.
That's correct.
So the PlayStation launch I found quite funny because I saw nothing but rage directed in completely the wrong direction, in my opinion. A lot of people, still now as well, screaming at Sony for not stopping scalpers. What is Sony going to do about it?
If Sony were actually selling the consoles to scalpers directly, then yes, it is technically on them a little bit to do a bit better policing on their sales. But they're selling to, well, stockists and resellers and retailers and e-tailers.
Yep. I will say, and I think I said it on the day, I got my PS5 from Game in Milton Keynes, and it was, baby's ass smooth. It was perfect. I got there at 7:30. I stood in the queue. I handed over my little fucking raffle ticket when they opened at 20 to 8. I had my PlayStation in my house by 8 o'clock on release day. No issues whatsoever, more or less. Apart from me trying to cook my PlayStation.
Well, yeah. That's not just you.
But how was the ordering? The ordering went okay as well.
Well, the ordering was great. I think we spoke about this before. So I wanted my PlayStation and my Xbox. I wasn't fussed particularly if I didn't get them on day one. So when the ordering went completely tits up online on PS5 day, I just went, I don't give that much of a fuck. And then about 2 o'clock that afternoon, I messaged Game in Milton Keynes and went, have you got any left? And they're like, we've got a few. So I pootled into town, I handed over my tenner, got my deposit and done. And I nipped in when the lockdown was announced. I nipped in the day after and paid for it. So all I had to do was click and collect it on release day. Yeah. For me, dead smooth. For anybody I think that was ordering stuff online, and again, I don't necessarily think this is just scalpers. I think this is just websites aren't built for the kind of traffic that a new console release brings. And, you know, everything fell over. Everything fell over on Xbox pre-order day. Everything fell over on Xbox launch day when John and I both got our Wave 2 pre-orders in.
Yeah. Well, they're not used to it. The traffic from a launch day console when there's not a lockdown and when not every fucker wants one.
Yeah.
So now that every fucker wants one and everybody else and his Larry and his kid,
yeah,
because of the lockdown, you know, people wanted to buy Xbox One X's and PS5s for like their nephews and stuff. I'm like, why did I never have an auntie that would fucking lock up 500 quid for me?
Mate, I've said this so many times in the last couple of weeks. I said, and you know, I will never ever take anything away from my mum and dad. They done everything for me that they could. No way could any of my family ever have afforded to throw over 450 quid for a console that wasn't for them. You know?
Yeah.
For the idea of spending 450 quid exclusively on something that only Nikita is going to use gives me heart palpitations.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to do that for childcare, let alone for a console for someone else. It's absolutely mental. But I think we discussed this previously. I think that it is possible to put extra weight behind your servers for a day like that, but it costs so much.
It's just not worth it.
It's just not worth it because your stock's going to sell anyway.
Yeah.
It's just going to sell slowly, but they're still going to sell. It's just not worth it for them to beef up their servers for the day. But yeah, and I mean, I think you said it, didn't you, on PS5 launch day, when there was a bit of a second wave of orders going out, everything just fell over, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I tried. I got through to Tesco page where you get through and then it offered you, like, it was a nightmare trying to get to that page. It just kept failing to load, blah, 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 server errors, this, that, and every other error. And then eventually I got through to a page where you could select your quantity. So I'm tapping this quantity button over and over and over, and it's failing. And then eventually it just went straight to 2. And I was like, oh, great. Well, I don't fucking want 2. So I'm clicking back, minus, constantly, fucking waiting for it to go. And I'm not kidding, it went to fucking 0, didn't it? I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I'm sitting there, then I started going a bit slowly, and I was tapping it once, waiting for the error. Closing the error, tapping it once, waiting for the error. And I was like, no, fuck it, this is not going to happen. So I just went, fuck this, and I just put it down. So I'll just get one when I can get one next year.
Yeah.
It just wasn't worth the effort. I did try because I thought, well, you know, 450 quid now or 450 quid next year ain't really going to make no difference to me.
No, it's going to be 450 quid for the next 12 months minimum. So if you're going to buy one, if you can get your hands on one now, might as well. But this is what I was saying on Phase 2 day for the Xbox, wasn't it? I kind of sat at work and I was like, I'll try. Fuck it, I'll see. And everything fell over. Bollocks, I can't be arsed. And then one of the forums on Stock Checker or Stock Informer or, you know, Scalp and Xbox or whatever it was called, it just went, games, things are randomly showing up, so just keep trying. I was like, okay, so let's try again. And I was talking to John on one screen, and on the other screen, suddenly I'm buying an Xbox. I was like, oh, John, it's gone through. It's gone through the stock, quick.
It's literally, as you messaged to say, I just bought an Xbox, and I was like, mate, I was like, I'm in a queue. It's like, I've got like 10 minutes left to wait for my queue to go down, but literally just, I'd given up as well, same as you, just randomly thought, fuck it, it's like 11:30, I'm just going to go looking to see if I can find somewhere to go out for lunch.
Yeah.
And just went, fuck it, reload game, and it was like, oh, well, we've got a queue for the Xbox. And they didn't say anywhere on there saying they were out of stock. So I was like, fuck it, let's just wait for this to count down. And then that covered it. Bought it. I didn't get mine on all access, kind of like half like I wanted, because I was too busy focused on if I try and go through another fucking all access wait queue, I'm gonna not end up getting one. Bought one. I don't need 2 years worth of Game Pass Ultimate.
No.
I've got until 2022 anyway. By the time that I can actually activate that 2 years worth of Game Pass Ultimate, I'll have fucking lost the code.
Mate, there's no activation, there's no code.
What do you even get?
It's on the Xbox.
Okay.
So I got mine on all access because I went, I can afford the 450 quid, but Christmas is coming up. So if I can do this on Klarna, if I can just kind of hand over a couple of months at 30 quid, and then once I get to January, I know I'm in the clear because I've got like car MOTs and things coming. I'll just pay it off, no worries. So I got mine on all access, and when I set it up, literally you put your account information in, and it runs your update, and then it boots up, and it goes, this Xbox comes with 2 years Game Pass included. Would you like to activate it now? That's it.
Interesting.
And you
I
just
wonder
go,
what it'd been
yes.
like if you'd said no.
I wasn't going to risk that.
No, because you wouldn't have no idea.
You just get a big fucking up yours finger come up and scream, "Oh, you're fucked now, then, fucker!"
You've just bought a £600 Xbox.
No, you spent £700 on just an Xbox. You may as well have gone to a scalper.
Although, do you know what? I think, in Microsoft's benefit, they do seem to be drip feeding consoles out. As I don't know whether it's as they're making them, because over the last couple of weeks, different sites and even major retailers are still getting the odd little pallet full in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
it
think
seems that they're just trying to push
Microsoft
through.
are churning. I think because I don't know whether it was Phil or Larry that had said but they did say that, look, don't worry about scalpers. We are making Xboxes at the same kind of rate we were doing ages ago. So they are putting them out like in the thousands per day.
And they're communicating it as well.
Yeah, I was going to say,
whereas Sony, zip.
Yeah,
nothing.
I think this is the thing. I think we mentioned this when we were talking about Xbox's Wave 2 last episode. Sony, I think, are going to be drip feeding consoles out as well. But the difference is they don't have a Phil Spencer or a Larry Herb. They don't have these people like front and center that people can communicate with or are happy to listen to. Like I love reading Phil Spencer's tweets because I know he's a fucking businessman. I'm not stupid, but he always at least sounds like he gives half a shit about his audience. And same with Major Nelson. He always at least looks like he gives half a shit about what's going on with Xbox, with his customers, with his players, with his games, all this lot. Yeah. Sony don't have that. Sony have skated by with their tech and their games and just knowing they're good. At some point, that ain't going to work for them anymore. They don't have a face. I don't think they ever have, really.
No. Nintendo used to have it with Reggie, but he's since left.
Yeah.
So Nintendo America, rather than anything else, because they don't have a presence. Nintendo Europe don't have a figurehead. No. They've kind of just lived off of Reggie being the man.
Yeah.
But him no longer doing it, kind of, they've now become themselves a little bit faceless, even though they do have their Treehouse events that they do, and they do always have a very nice, friendly face showing off what it is they're doing. But it's not the same as when they used to have Reggie doing things.
Yeah, see, even like if you remember, like Sony's E3 conferences and that, they never feel as friendly as Microsoft's. They always feel business-like, always. And as a rule, for me, it doesn't bother me. I'm clever enough to know what I'm buying, or to go look at what I'm buying, and I'm also clever enough, again, to realise that, Phil Spencer is a businessman. That's just his persona, character, whatever you want to call it, as part of his brand. But it would just be nice to have a friendly face on these companies, especially with Sony, because I like my PlayStation.
To be fair, I think Xbox did learn from the launch of the Xbox One when they didn't have Phil, because they had Phil for, a long time leading up to the Xbox One, and then went full corporate at launch.
Yeah.
Or rather for E3 of their announcement, and they fucked up royally, and it really hurt their stock, which is what brought Phil Spencer into the fold. And it put Larry and Major Nelson, front and center alongside Phil to go fix this. We fucked up. Please help us. And it's going to take something similar to happen to Sony. For them, they need to royally fuck up an announcement, which they've come very close to with a couple of
they have done several
past
times.
Ones. Like their E3 to announce The Last of Us Part 2. Well, wait, no. They'd already announced The Last of Us Part 2, hadn't they? It was the follow-up E3 where they decided to go, oh yeah, we're going to have
Well, they got everybody in a barn.
They got everyone in a barn to show off a trailer to then wait half an hour to move them to a new area.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bad thinking, that one. Anyway.
Have you seen some of the answers that the scalper sites have come with to say to the reason to why that they are doing is what they're doing?
No.
Saying that there's one of the websites has said that it's a pay for subscription so you pay however much it is to have the opportunity to have access to buying a console to then sell on. And their reason for it...
Wait, what?
So you literally, you pay a subscription to have a robot buy you a console, which you can then do with whatever you like. You can either you keep it for yourself, and you just paid for a £400, £500 console plus your subscription. Could be 20 quid, I don't know, I've not looked, honestly. But it's... Most of the people are the ones that are selling it. So they're paying and then selling. But they say their reasoning for saying that they approve this method is because they're thinking that, okay, people are complaining, saying that they've now got no console to give their kid for Christmas. But the people that are buying them off of them, they're saying are the people who, without buying it and selling it on, don't have the money to have Christmas. Essentially. That is that their answer to the news is that they want people to be able to afford to have Christmas, because that's why these people are buying and selling consoles for a ridiculous amount of money, which I think is both one side probably true and very noble in a really stupid way. At the other side, there's a massive group of cunts out there who are now selling consoles for ridiculous prices because they know they will sell them for that money.
Have these people considered gainful employment?
Well, that's the thing, is that a lot of these people are doing it on the grounds that they've either been furloughed twice and or made redundant due to the current situation around the world.
I mean, I know how much any subscription costs, I do not know, but I know how much the actual bots cost. To get access to these bots is not cheap, even a little bit.
So it's just it's
bollocks.
Insane. Yeah. And I think that they're hiding behind that on a whim to think that, oh shit, okay, maybe, just maybe, they are being at least nice about the fact that, okay, yeah, maybe I've got a kid who's not going to have a PlayStation opening up. Although some of the other tweets and shit about people saying that, I hope people are proud of the fact that there's a kid going to be waking up without an Xbox or a PlayStation to unwrap. It's like, and you're an adult. It's like, well, yeah, I'm a fucking adult. I've got the money. I bought a console because I've bought every console I've owned since a GameCube. But aside from that, it's trying to pull at the heartstrings of people is a bit fucking wrong.
It's always the way, though, isn't it? I think you want to spend some time on a fun place, mate. Go get yourself onto Reddit and go find R choosing beggars.
Yeah, I do. I've seen it. And
it's exactly the same. My kid's got cancer and my mum's got anal fissures, and I need this iPhone.
Is that anal fissures, or did you say anal fishes?
Either, both.
What's an anal fish? I don't like the sound of an anal fish.
It's like a tiny piranha that hangs around inside an anal fissure.
Is he hanging around there for any particular reason?
Because it can.
I was thinking you were going to go more
smoking
like
on the corner and waiting for people to ask him to buy
It's a bit like
alcohol.
colonic irrigation, except it's not clean water.
Yeah. Other than that, just fucking jack all, news-wise. Really. I mean, obviously, you've got the same old typical release game trope problems that just happen not just on new consoles, is on every fucking major release. The game's always thwarted with issues. Obviously, we've had a few more because they're cross-generation now. But
well, we've had 2 Ubisoft open world games released on 4 consoles in the last 2 weeks or something. You know, these. I mean, that's all. That's going to fill up news pages for people that give a shit for weeks, because Ubisoft games are always buggy. There's nothing actually of substance worth talking about, I don't think.
No. It's because Ubisoft don't pay enough for their QA, and they don't do their QA early enough in the cycle before the release. Because we've seen and played some of the fucking QA stuff that you get for Ubisoft games. It's like 6 weeks before launch. You ain't fixing that in that time.
Nope. No, you are not.
Like the issue, and especially some of the issues that they actually put out, that shit's just going to stay there forever. That thing's going to be, they're not going to fix that for a year. Some of the fucking problems that you see on these games, and that's why it's best to pick up a fucking Ubisoft game when it goes sale after it's been out for a year and they've had at least one of their DLCs.
Yeah.
And then there's us. We've just bought Watch Dogs Legions, both of us.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah.
All of us. So I've ended up buying Watch Dogs Legions.
Is that working yet? Because I'm definitely not going to play that next. You'll understand, obviously.
I know exactly why you're not playing
after
that.
What we've been playing, I'm not going into Watch Dogs straight away. So,
see, I've just finished the perfect game to go into Watch Dogs. So, assuming I don't read about any really bad issues with it, I'll probably kick it up tomorrow and start slowly playing through it. Mainly because I want to play something on my Series X. I haven't played anything on it yet that is a Series X game.
Yeah.
No, I think I've only played 2 games on my X, Destiny and GTA, and one of those was just to test load times.
This seems like a good segue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, what we've been playing. I don't know, I feel we need a jingle for that, like a different one.
Are you willing to make it?
No. No, actually, yes, I'm willing to make it, but it's probably going to be shit. Yeah. I might just get all the pots and pans out of the cupboard and get Arthur to slap them all with a drumstick.
That's how Skrillex got famous.
He's probably right.
Just a bin bag filled with saucepans lobbed downstairs.
Yeah.
He was also in the bin bag.
You guys know what I've been playing, and I know what Brooke has been playing, but as neither of us know what John's been playing, you can go first, mate.
I've already told you what I've been playing, GTA and Destiny. No, in all seriousness, I've only just got my Series X this week, after the hilarity of not actually receiving a dispatch email, but getting a card through the door from the Royal Mail saying, I've missed a delivery. So it was the only thing I knew was supposed to be on its way, but to find out that it hadn't been dispatched until long after it had arrived. I've actually got my dispatch email, by the way. I got it on Tuesday.
Nice. Well, the day after the Xbox arrived.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got it the day after, right?
I got it on Monday. It should have arrived on the Friday, but Amazon Cloud Services decided to shit themselves. So I didn't actually get it on Friday because they couldn't get my doorbell to work.
Those
Ring
buttons
doorbells
on doorbells are really hard, aren't they?
No, seriously. If you don't have if the AWS goes down and you've got a Ring doorbell, it just doesn't fucking work. Just nothing. You press the button, nothing happens. It can't connect to anything. But that's not that. Well, I mean, it was a real fucking annoyance because that happened and it meant I ended up all the weekend with no console. But I wasn't expecting it because I hadn't had a dispatch notification. It arrived on Monday. I got the dispatch on Tuesday. Fucking brilliant. So it's plugged in, data transfers and everything done because external hard drive. And I filled my internal drive. I've only got like 40 gigs left.
Jesus Christ.
There's only like 16 games on it.
What do you mean only? When are you ever going to play 16 games all at the same time?
Well, that's the thing. Isn't it 4? You can have 4 live running games.
Yeah,
But
but
the thing
everything
is,
works quicker to it as well. So
yeah,
installing to it and copying to it works faster as well.
yeah. So the way that I'm treating it is that I've got multiple terabytes worth of external drive plugged into the back of it. I'm using it to hold most of the games that I've got downloaded and had installed on my old Xbox, and a lot of the Game Pass stuff, just on the off chance that I decide, you know what, it's much quicker to transfer from a hard drive than it is to just download it off the internet. So that's how I'm treating it. Most of the games that I've got, I think the ones that I've got on the console are Destiny because I'm playing it a lot with Lee, GTA because I fire it up relatively frequently to play. I've got Watch Dogs Legions on there. I think I've got Valhalla installed, even though I haven't bought it yet. But only because I kind of know that I want to play it at some point. So once I see it go cheap, I'll buy it, and it means I've actually got it installed and I've got the full copy of it. Black Ops.
Wait, how does that work?
How,
So you've got it
how have you got it
installed, but you've not
installed,
bought it.
but you don't own it?
So if you have the Xbox app on your phone, because it's on, probably won't work for Lee, because it's an iPhone, and you can't buy things on the iPhone, you can set them to install from your phone, even if you don't own it, because you can't buy it.
What the fuck?
So basically, it means that you can download and install games and then buy them later, and they're ready to play. So I've actually got a couple of games that I've got installed or have previously installed. I've since deleted a few of them in the past because I decided to not buy the game in the end. But I've got Valhalla installed, waiting for a sale, and then I'm going to buy it then. I did the same with Watch Dogs Legion. I had it installed and was just waiting for a sale, and then, Black Friday, Cyber Monday stuff.
See, Valhalla is one that will not be bought until it hits £12 for the gold edition.
Yeah, and
sub 20, I'll pick that up, but not before.
Yeah, and Black Ops, which is like 130 gig.
That's insane.
I don't even think that's 100. Is it?
Wait till we get to what I've been playing.
Wasn't Black Ops 130 gig alone, and then you have to get the extra packs, the extra special updated Series X packs. I can't remember.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I feel like it's bigger than 130 Black Ops. I can't remember, but that's chewed up a big chunk of space. But the rest of the storage, the stuff the games I've got on there are like The Witcher, which I do flick on every so often, and the Mass Effect trilogy, just so I kind of half want to play the Mass Effect trilogy again before the remaster stuff comes around. Either way,
seems illogical to me.
Well, I love Mass Effect more than I love life. But in terms of what I've been playing Destiny 2 with Lee. We finished the main campaign for the DLC, and we've been doing a couple of the side quests here and there, trying to work our way through the stuff, because there's a lot. It's the one thing that Destiny has right that so many other RPG and MMOs and other looter shooters have wrong, especially a lot of the multiplayer RPGs. The story itself, not particularly long, but all of the extra post-game content is fucking mega. Versus so many other games where they go, oh yeah, we've got a 20-hour story, but then as soon as you reach the end of it, there's fuck all to do. Destiny's the other way around. It's like you can finish the main campaign of Beyond Light in like 3 hours, like not even trying hard to do it. But there's so much other content and stuff to distract yourself with. It's
just constant missions and bounties and things to do every day, and now the bounty thing is just, I think that's just got a bit out of hand.
The bounty stuff is probably just
insane. Yeah, if you don't buy any extra and ignoring the weeklies, I think you can pick up somewhere in the region of about 30 or 40 bounties a day. At least it feels like you can. I've not actually counted, but I'm sure there's like 8 or 9 people you can pick up bounties for now.
Yeah, but the problem that we've got is that I think we've definitely played it enough to be worried about getting addicted back into it.
Yeah.
I did notice that you two were strangely quiet on the WhatsApp group a couple of nights this week.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah, they're playing Destiny. Because usually I can drag a conversation out of one of you.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
if
true.
I'm busy, if well, I mean, I did say to Lee on, I want to say Monday. It was like he asked if I wanted to play Destiny, and I said I was busy playing Gears, and then I noticed the WhatsApp had exploded a little bit in the group between us because Brooke had managed to get a conversation out of Lee because he didn't really have anything else. He was probably playing Destiny, but just on his own, so he was easier to distract for stuff to do.
That's
But
probably
that's
true. I've never really thought about it, but that is probably true. The problem is just that I'm in that phase where I've got no majors to play at the minute. Well, I didn't have before I started the latest one, and Destiny's just so goddamn good for just pick up. You can get right back into it, just go and do some shit, just doss around, just it's too good for that, and that's what keeps drawing me
Basically,
back.
basically the same way I play Hitman.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. I'm not addicted enough at the moment that I want to get in and I want to do all of my bounties every day and I want to do every mission and I want to do all the raids and I want to strike all night. I don't feel like that, but I do quite like just dropping in for an hour here and there or a couple of hours and just doing bits and bobs. So yeah, it's uh,
yeah,
it's got a tooth in me again.
it's it's brilliant to play, and I absolutely love. I don't understand why I've managed to fall so in love with Destiny, considering I don't like Halo in the slightest, and I can usually
Oh yeah,
take or leave most. Okay, I do. Okay, I'm not going to say. Okay, fine. I like ODST and I liked Reach. That covers Halo. But I'm not a huge fan of most shooters. I play a lot of them on because other people have got them and play them. And it's usually a good way to keep in contact with friends is that, oh shit, we're all playing COD, so let's play that. COD different because I usually enjoy playing the campaign. I very rarely fire it up if I'm playing on my own. Destiny, I don't have that same problem. I will
yeah.
quite gladly pick up and play and hit a couple of missions out the park on Destiny, or get my ass handed to me trying to do some of the more, let's say, difficult little bits of missions. Like for some reason they've thrown out doing lost sectors solo, but you have to do them on specific difficulty with weird modifiers, and you get an exotic.
And you
So
can't change your weapons, and you might get an exotic.
yeah,
It was quite a high drop rate exotic, but you have to do some crazy stuff. I mean, for Brooker's sake, normally, or for those who don't play Destiny, normally it's very shooter. That's it. You run around, you shoot stuff, occasional puzzle and jumping platform puzzle. But on these, you have to have specific mods on your weapons, one for barrier and one for overload. And then you have to use specific shield to remove the shields of enemies, and obviously they have different coloured shields. So at the obviously everyone's using hard light for that at the moment because you can change it. It's just stuff like that. Like these are stupid hard. I tried one the other day and forgot. I didn't know that you couldn't change your loadout once you'd started it.
yeah,
So I rolled in there with fucking Jackal and I couldn't even beat the first fucking Harpy, which is like scrub level enemy. So I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
so
I'm not there for a challenge at the moment. I'm just there to DOS.
yeah, that is a good DOS game. You can sink a good couple of hours in there without realizing just how much you sunk into it. Especially when you find something that's mildly entertaining on just just in general, like going into a room and seeing just a group of enemies dancing away having a rave.
That is funny, the rave room.
That you interrupt and kill everyone. Those poor guys, they just wanted a party.
The music changes quite often. I've not been in there and had the same music yet. I'm sure it's had about 4 or 5 different songs in there now.
Yeah, but to be fair, the music as a whole to Destiny is very good. But
Well, it's a Bungie game, isn't it?
but Bungie put a lot of time and effort into their music. Just overall, it's a good game, both visually and audibly. And
I will say, for Bungie's sake, it does feel a hell of a lot better now that they've ditched Activision. It does feel a better game. It feels like there's more effort being made less effort being made rather to try and scalp all your money.
Yeah,
and more effort for the actual game itself. But yeah,
I mean,
really good.
it's an odd one for me. It's in the Activision ownership, there seemed like there was more content in big singular chunks. This time round, there is less content at individual moments, but it's given to us more frequently. So the new seasons method that they've got, which seems to have stemmed out of Fortnite and Call of Duty, you've got it. You can do it in FIFA.
In
where it's
every
like,
game.
Yeah,
In
it's literally
every
here's a
game.
season pass, and for the next 2, 3, like anywhere between 30 and 60 days, it's like here is a big old list of like you earn XP up to the end of the season. End of the season, it's just wiped. You lose all that XP, but you do get to keep all of the content, and you start again. You usually have to pay
I'm
for each
sure
season.
the first game that I felt that was a thing was Killer Instinct. There may have been ones before that, but that's the first game I really noticed that they were doing some sort of seasonal.
Which I
thing.
would say it's completely acceptable, seasonal stuff, if your game's free. If you have to pay for the game and then you have to pay each season, the argument I have is that you pay upfront for FIFA, but the seasonal stuff is free each season. I mean, the stuff that you get out of those seasons is fucking terrible, and each season is literally a month long. And the amount of you have to play it in order to reach the end of it is fucking insane for 30 days. But I'm not here to talk about FIFA.
It's a game.
Yeah, it's a game to play. But Destiny, really enjoyed playing it. My other game that I've played on my Xbox that I said earlier is GTA. I solely did it to test the load times, and it is proper fast. Loading up, which understandable. It's pulling from the hard drive. I mean, loading online still takes a while, but that's the nature of trying to connect into online. But getting to the section of once it's loaded in the environment, loading in the online itself is the long part. And going from what is essentially a 10-minute load time to a 3-minute load time is pretty fucking good. Still really fucking long. I'll say the same about Destiny is that there is an obvious decrease in time, and I think that's certainly been a factor, because I would say that me and Lee playing Destiny 2 when I was on my old 1X still would have got conversation out of me and Lee, because we had to wait for the whole 1X load times of between planets and shit. So we could usually reply back, but now we're both on the Series X. Those load times are almost non-existent, which probably doesn't help you with trying to talk to us, because we don't have the time to just sit and wait for me to load in.
Yeah, sometimes on some of the games I've been playing, I barely have enough time to lift my leg up and fart before it's come back in. I mean, it's insane. It's nice.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not expecting you to answer me when I message you on WhatsApp necessarily.
It's polite.
But all I was saying was I noticed that actually, for a couple of days, you guys were well quiet, and it was clearly because you were busy playing Destiny. Load times or not. You
can't play Destiny with us.
I'd rather hammer my penis into the wall.
Wow.
Is it like an ultimatum? So, like, if you're not going to go play Destiny, you are going to hammer it into a wall? Or is it just that you would rather do it, but you're not going to anyway?
I would rather nail my dick to my desk than play Destiny, I'll be honest. It was. Well, I've played both.
It's not your jam, mate.
No, it's not. I've played them both. They're not my jam. I don't dig the everything's better when you play with friends thing. That bugs me a little bit. I don't enjoy the game. That's fine. I have no intention of ever picking it up again, and I am sorely fucking glad that no one chose Destiny in our fucking co-op choices this year.
It was close.
I understand. To be fair, I would have still picked it up and played it, because it is all about playing with you guys, not the game I'm playing, and that's fine. Same way as I ended up playing fucking Halo. But I would never I would never look through Game Pass, whatever, and go, oh, look at that, Destiny's there. Let's play Destiny. Absolutely not.
Well, if I hadn't already picked a Halo game this year, and if it wasn't for the fact that we didn't really start playing Destiny until towards the end, when my choice was actually
we got free
Among
stuff.
Us.
Yeah, till freebies.
Till the freebies, and I'd already picked to play Among Us at the time. Yeah, I might have picked Destiny, but I know how much you don't like it, and you'd never played Reach at that point. as far as I'm aware. So it
No.
seemed fair to offer it out. And we probably could have done a lot better job at trying to get you through Reach and actually enjoy it, as opposed to just sprinting through and finishing the game as quickly as possible.
That's fine. Get it done
Especially seeing as
get it done
we've
as quick
put
as possible.
we played a lot of these games, and we've actually played it a little bit more in depth than we have some of the others.
Well, yeah. But this is a conversation for like the end of the year podcast, I think. But it is what it is. You guys know Reach and ran on and played because that's how you like to play it. That's fine. I was just there for the ride.
I didn't know you were there.
Exactly.
I mean, there were times that he wasn't.
He was our
And then
respawner in case we died.
His sole purpose was to be brought forward to when he got teleported forward to where we were having fights.
Just remember that you made me play Halo at the beginning of the year when next year we're picking games for each other to play.
Oh. You are so playing Mass Effect. That's not true. That game is far too long to throw at someone.
Anyway, sorry, mate. Carry on talking about GTA and load times and things.
Yeah, I don't like. I literally just wanted to test the load times. I didn't actually do anything on it. I loaded in, walked to the spin wheel in the casino, spun it to see what I got out of it, and then turned it off because I wasn't really interested in doing any more because I already had the car for that week. But it didn't continue. What else? I've actually played some Gears 5 with Nate and Ben, who Lee's played with in the past. Just wanted to test out the campaign plus, and also they hadn't done a fair amount of stuff, so I played with them because they wanted to get some achievements, and I thought, fuck it, while they're doing that, I'm going to try and finish the game on the hardest difficulty while I was playing as Jack.
Fair enough.
So did that, and then loaded in the campaign plus, and I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but some of those mutators you can put on the campaign plus are top draw. They are top draw banter, some of those modifiers.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's as you want to potentially pick it as your game for the month. I'm going to not spoil those mutators at all for you.
I was tempted to go with Horde and Escape mode, considering we've all three of us finished the game together previously twice.
Yes. I mean, we could do Horde and Escape, but you can't. Horde and Escape isn't 2 days worth of content.
Fair enough.
But a nice chunk of playing the campaign for the sake of playing the campaign.
Yeah.
Especially,
I don't mind. I was looking.
I mean, even just doing the first couple of missions of the campaign, just because you can put those modifiers on.
Yeah.
And just to have the pure hilarity of those modifiers.
Cool.
So.
We shall see.
Yeah. So that's Gears 5, and I got bored one day randomly in the last 2 weeks. I just fired up Crusader Kings 3, and I've been playing that a strange amount because it's a really good time sink. It's like I was playing it before we came on, when I'd not realised I hadn't loaded Skype up. I was thinking because I was honestly thinking to myself, "Oh, I've got my headphones on. I can hear when they start messaging around, and I'll turn this off." And then I literally flicked my phone, and I saw that it was 8:05, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Closed down Crusader Kings 3, and I had noticed it was Discord that was open, not Skype. So
nice.
That's on me. But it is an insane time sink. I'm currently on the story I built myself. I am, what's my name?
John.
Salvador Hawade, who is a Somalian king of Wales.
Okay.
Yep.
That's sure to go with that.
Yeah, because I've discovered that you don't actually have to follow the stories that are thrown at you in front when you load it up, because it does give you a load of stories to pick from, and they vary in difficulty of easy, medium, and hard. And then at the bottom left-hand corner it says choose your own story, and then you can pick that and then create your own character. So I just was just randomly clicking around. I wanted to see what kind of cultures and religions and all sorts of things. And I managed to find a Somalian heritage culture with an Iberian like religion to go with it.
Okay.
So yeah, he's part Spanish, part Somalian, but he's King of Wales because I took over Wales.
Must have been really difficult.
Well, I started in the
There's a whole 9 people there.
I started in the county of Gwent because it's
We know why, John.
Well, yeah, it's the name of the card game in The Witcher. But I was literally just scrolling around the map trying to find somewhere to start, and I just thought, oh fuck it, Gwent. It's a great place to choose. Honestly, I was looking for a small county because I know that when you pick something, it can give you like a big chunk of the map because you do end up picking whatever that location's ruler has. So I originally was looking at some like small islands. I was looking Malta or Sicily. I know Sicily's not particularly small, but and Crete and Cyprus. But when I went and clicked on them, they had ownership from another area, which was pretty fucking huge. Like I also went and looked at the northern islands above Scotland, and they're owned by like big chunks of combination of Denmark and Norway. I also looked at Iceland, just because why not? But and the Isle of Man has a big chunk of Ireland and Scotland as ownership. So yeah, picked the village and county of Gwent in Wales. It worked out. So and then I became King of Wales. It's not a game for everyone. I'll give him that. I would never have probably picked it up myself if not on Game Pass. But since started playing it, it is fucking brilliant. Just as a time sink. Like, I don't even understand how quickly I can run through time playing it. I think it's probably because it has well, you can choose how fast you run through the game, and it just seems like at the current speed that I'm playing out of 3 out of 5, there's always something for me to click on, there's very little time between actions, so it's almost a constant, well, yeah, an almost constant of me clicking on something to do an action of some kind. And I'm pretty sure that's everything I've played in the last 2 weeks.
Cool.
Yeah.
Really?
Lee says that as if he knows something.
What else have I played, Lee?
I don't know anything. You've played on my mind, baby.
Okay.
So I guess we'll move on to Brooker then. And I'll go last.
Cool. How to do this? Okay. I played a few things. The first game I played on my nice shiny new Xbox Series X.
Oh, be a good one. Come on.
It's not.
Bring it.
I bought, because I said I would when I could get it for under 25 quid, I bought Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered.
Oh,
Boys.
so sorry.
Boys. I said this to my brother the other day as well, who is also a big Need for Speed Hot Pursuit fan. This is the brother that we lost hours playing this game together online. It's shit. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit is shit.
Yeah.
I came to the conclusion I've nostalgia'd this game to death. I really remember loving playing this game. I was bored shitless playing this game the other day. And what's worse is, Microsoft appear to have changed their refund policy so I can't get my fucking money back.
Yeah, they have. It's like instant now, I think.
Yep.
Almost.
So the second it's been played, you can no longer get a refund on it. I was like, because I got just over an hour. I was like, I'm within my 2-hour limit. Right, let's get this fucker refunded because this is wank. No, got told to fuck off twice, in fact, because I argued about it the first time. Uh,
Such a shame.
I didn't realize that they'd made it so that it was like if you've played it, that's it.
the second you consume anything digital, it is no longer available for refund. So the second you play your digital purchase, you can't have it refunded.
Because it used to be 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah, within 2 hours and 14 days or something like that. But it used to be it had to have been played. It had to have been installed and played if it was like a pre-order. But no refund. Which now it's just there. I now own Need for Speed.
Mocking you.
Yeah. Oh well.
I guess people did abuse the whole 2 hours, but they did have an upper limit on the number of times you could do it in a year.
Yeah, I don't think I've refunded anything in like the last year. I wish I could have refunded Red Dead 2. Anyways, so this is we then got into this conversation about what's available on Game Pass and that's XS optimized, because obviously like things like Control has an Ultimate Edition which is built for the Series X, but that's not out till next year. And the Medium, which is the big game I wanted my Xbox for, that's now not out till next year, and that's a Series S and Series X exclusive.
And lovely that you can download it and prep it ready.
It's
you can't actually play it.
I love that it's preloaded now. It can just sit there and taunt me for the next 6 weeks. But at the same time, I won't, because it's the Medium and I'm desperate to play it. But I can just forget that it's going to be there, and one day it will just be ready for me to play, and I won't have to do anything about it, which would be nice. I think I've installed like Tetris Effect because I want to play it, and it's been built for SX. I've installed Gears and Gears Tactics and something else. It's fine. But on my PlayStation, which obviously was the first of the next-gen consoles to come into my house, I've played a couple. I'm not going to talk about Astro's Playroom just yet, which is the Alex Kidd of the PS5. It's pre-installed on the PlayStation, and it's fucking great. That's all I'm going to say, because I haven't finished it yet.
Okay. I've heard good things too.
It's very, very good. It's very fun, and it's got that. It puts that nostalgia smile on your face all the way through. It's great. I played eventually Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which for a little while was crashing on me in the same spot. So I'm pretty sure it wasn't my PlayStation. I'm pretty sure it was the game, but it took a patch and then it ran fine. So, and this game, Modern Warfare did something very similar. I'm not a fan of the broken up downloads for Call of Duty. So I put the disc in and it installed. It told me it was ready to play. I booted the game up. I then said, I am a gamer from who was born in 1982. I would like to play the story, please. And Call of Duty didn't know what I was saying. So I had to then install the campaign. So I told it to install the campaign, which it did. I came back to it the next day to play it again, and it went, your campaign is only half installed. Would you like to install part 2? What?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not
what?
I'm not being funny. It's Call of Duty. It's a 4-hour campaign. No one only wants to play half of it. If you're playing it, you're going to play it all. Give me the entire fucking campaign. What an absolutely retarded way of dishing out your fucking content. Anyway, finally got the game installed, got to playing it. It is a direct follow-on to Black Ops 1. So you've got...
Wait, did I play that one? I think I may have played that one.
Black Ops 1 was the Manchurian Candidate, the video game.
Maybe.
With Mason and the numbers.
Or was it always... I don't know. There's been so many, and the names are all so fucking similar. I can never remember which one's which.
Yeah, I mean, Black Ops, I think, was actually a really very good game. I really enjoyed Black Ops 1. And 2 a little bit, 3 I hated, 4 was multiplayer only, so I didn't play it. But, so Black Ops 1 had this whole, obviously, Cold War, Vietnam thing going on, this whole Manchurian Candidate story. And it was very cool. As a fan of stupid, dumbass spy thrillers, it really kind of spoke to me. So, to have a direct follow-on, so Black Ops Cold War is set in 1981, so it's directly after Black Ops 1.
Yeah, I did play Black Ops 1.
I think Black Ops was the first.
I think that was the last one I played.
Is that the first one I platinumed? No, it's not the first one I platinumed. I think it's the first one I platinumed that required multiplayer trophies to platinum. You had to prestige once to platinum it, and I did that, and then never played it again. But a lot of the main characters from the first and subsequent games are there. So it's Hudson and Woods and Mason are all there, and you play a new character called Bell, who you half character create. You get to pick a couple of traits for him. You get to give him a name. So obviously I gave him my name, and there it comes up. Kind of comes up when it does the mission. It goes like Andrew Bell Brooker, and I didn't know I was going to do that. Otherwise, I'd have put like End.
Andrew End.
I'd have been Andrew Bell End, which would have been great. And then obviously it does the whole marker over the name thing. So what it says is like Bell and 1981, the whole Black Ops thing. And you are assisting in the capture of a person who is trying to get nukes in Europe during the Cold War. So the story is Call of Duty. It's the same as every fucking Call of Duty game ever. Lots of gunfights to stop big bad guy. That's it. But actually, the gameplay is a lot of fun. It's Call of Duty. You know what you're getting into. It's got some sneaky bits that are pretty easy to do. It's got lots of shooting, and it's got a semi-fun story that you don't really need to concentrate on if you don't want to. What I really enjoyed, and I did feel the hypocrisy oozing out of me as we were talking a little while ago about Deathloop, when it comes to PlayStation, is going to use these adaptive triggers on the PS5, and if your rifle or gun blocks or whatever, you just won't be able to pull the trigger. And I still don't like the idea. I still think it's a bit shit and it's a bit of a gimmick. It is a bit of a gimmick, but actually it is really cool because Call of Duty does it, and you can feel the tension you need. You can feel the pressure that you need to pull in each weapon that you use, and it's different for each weapon that you use, which I think is quite cool. But you can feel the trigger fighting against you every time you pull it, and you can feel the recoil in the extremely loud controller. The rumble in the PS5 controller is very fucking loud.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of loud rumbles. My One X Elite controller's just gone conked out and now just is on max rumble constantly.
Yeah.
And it's really fucking loud, and so that annoys me. The one thing that I think is, being of a man that's bold up top and close to 40, is that the adaptive triggers, whilst it sounds fucking like dope tech, and I really like the sound of it, is just that it's just more to go wrong with the controller.
100%.
And B, carpal tunnel.
Yeah. So there's this feeling. Did I have it with Call of Duty? It was either with Call of Duty or with Astrobot, and I wasn't entirely sure. I hadn't realised that it was adaptive triggers. It feels like you're going to snap the mechanism. Sometimes it feels like the mechanism, because the mechanism's fighting against you, and then suddenly it clicks. Like, shit, have I just broken my controller? So every game that I've had this in so far, so Astrobot and Call of Duty and the other games I'm going to talk about in a bit, you have the ability to turn the adaptive triggers off. And I think that is something I will probably do for the most part after I've seen the gimmicks in action. So like for Deathloop, I'll leave it on for a bit. Oh yeah, that's kind of a cool gimmick. Now I'm going to turn it off because I want to concentrate on my game. I left it on with Call of Duty because I had read that it was different for different weapons, and I wanted to see if that was true. It is. But it goes over into multiplayer as well, and I was like, I cannot imagine trying to fight against the trigger while I'm playing the twitchiest multiplayer in history. So that would 100% get turned off. And a guy at work has got a PS5, and he said, nope, came straight off when I went into multiplayer, because you can't have a firefight with a 14-year-old ADHD on cocaine while you're trying to fight against one trigger is not going to work. So he's turned it off.
Makes sense.
But as a gimmick, it's quite cool, and the tech is very cool behind it. But like I say, it is still a gimmick, and I don't think it's something that I'll use ever, apart from to see how it plays out. I do think it's going to get a lot of a bit like when the touchpad first came out on the DualShock 4. So like every game used the touchpad for something, didn't it? Killzone, you used it to control your little bot, and Infamous, you used it for spraying stuff. But after that, it was always just an extra button. Tap this for your map.
Yeah, it was really good on Tearaway.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then it was just either swipe left, swipe right, or tap. Yeah,
it was just another button, and I think the adaptive triggers will occasionally be brought in for from an overzealous developer. But I think give it a year. I don't think it'll get used that much. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll be back here this time next year, and I'm sure I will either be eating my words or be really fucking smug. But as an experience with Call of Duty, obviously you've got to be a fan of Call of Duty and you've got to want to play it. It's a fun little gimmick, and it's a fun add-on to a story that is long film length. It took me 4 hours to see the credits, and that's including a couple of crashes. It's not that long a game. It does have multiple endings. And it has multiple endings. It literally has 2 different final missions.
What the fuck?
So
how?
Well, if I told you that, it would ruin the story.
But it's Call of Duty. It's the most linear of linear games.
In fairness, Black Ops has had multiple endings since 2.
So
Black Ops 2
makes it the third.
4th.
Well, Black Ops 4 didn't have a story
to
have multiple endings.
But it's Black Ops has multiple. But I mean, it's just a different mission. I haven't played it. I think you need to play it. But there's lots of different things. There's things you can do in the campaign that do kind of follow through the story. There's a guy you can choose to rescue or not in an early mission, and he appears or doesn't later on in the game.
If you save him, he doesn't appear, but if you don't save him, he appears.
He comes back as a zombie,
right?
And that's how the zombie campaign starts.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be keeping it. At some point, I might go through it again just to see different things. I've got another mate at work who's waiting to buy it, and we'll probably do some zombies together because I always played the multiplayer or co-op once and then give up on it. But it's fun. It's Call of Duty. If you know what you're getting for your asking price now, if you're surprised at spending £60 and your campaign's only 4 hours, then where have you been for the last 13 years?
Hoping that the campaign's going to be 6 hours.
No, it's never going to happen.
I'll play zombies with you if it's got crossplay.
It's got crossplay.
I can't remember. I don't know if the zombies is crossplay or if it's just the campaign multiplayer Warzone.
I don't know.
I know it has crossplay. I don't know what's got crossplay.
I have to check.
Trust Activision to say that it's crossplay, except for zombies.
Yeah. The only other games I've played, I have played Spiderman 2018 Remastered on the PlayStation 5.
Nice.
And platinumed it, which is something I didn't do in 2018 when Spider-Man came out.
Good job.
I don't know what I did different, I'll be honest. I do remember when I was playing Spider-Man 2018, I do remember getting about 2/3 of the way through the game and going, let's just get this fucking story done because I'm getting a bit fed up with this. And I don't know why. Because it's not a bad game and it's not particularly long. So I don't know what was pissing me off, but I do remember going, I just want to get this over with. Maybe I wanted to get on and play something else. I don't know.
It was possible it was some of those challenges, because some of those challenges are fucking tedious.
Yeah.
Like the the weird gardens on the roof, the biodomes on the roof challenges.
Oh yeah, the research stations.
Yeah.
Some of them are a bit naff. Some of them are a bit naff, but I think a lot of it also might have had to do with like how I was playing it. I was playing it like I used to play open world games this time around. So I had half an hour to play a game, or I had half an hour to do something. So I booted up the game and went and did 3 side missions, or I booted up the game and cleared out an enemy base, or which is how I used to play like Assassin's Creed games and stuff like that before I really badly ran out of time to play games and just wanted to see the stories play out. So when it got towards the end of the game this time, I wasn't going, oh god, I've still got all these fucking side missions to do. I was like, all my collectibles and shit were done. By the time I got to the end of the game, I think I needed to finish the game and do a couple of other little challenges, and I was done. Like my platinum just pinged, which I was happy with. Like there was very little extra work to do once I'd seen the credits.
Nice.
This time around. Because like I've said a dozen times, I don't care that much about the trophies, but what does set my OCD off is when I look at the trophies and it goes, you have 95% of them, and I'm like, well,
now you kind of have to finish.
I best go and clear this last fucking trophy, hadn't I? But also for the first time, I got to play the DLC, the City That Never Sleeps DLC, which I never played with the 2018 Spider-Man. I never even bought it, even though I had Spider-Man 2018 right up until the point I traded in my PS4, because I got rid of that as well, because I knew I was getting remastered with my Miles Morales. Which is, I liked it actually. It's a 3-episode DLC. The first episode is just chasing Black Cat around the city a bit with a little bit of story, but there's an underlying, and underlying is not the word, sorry, an overarching mafia story, which I thought was quite cool. I like a good mafia story. But actually what I really enjoyed was by the time you got to part 2 and it became an actual mafia story, suddenly the city was grimy, it was foggy, it looked like Taxi Driver New York. It was really fucking cool. It goes a bit batshit by the time you get to the end of part 2, and it's no longer a fucking crime film in part 3, and the final boss fight in part 3 was a bit naff.
Yeah.
But overall,
just bizarre more than anything. What the turn from Act 3 into Act 3, I guess.
Yeah.
It just went fucking batshit.
It was basically if The Sopranos ended with it turning into RoboCop.
Basically,
that's different to what I was expecting. Because whenever, like, the only Black Cat Spider-Man story I know of is like the Morbius.
No, it's nothing like that.
No,
this moves away. It's Hammerhead and Tombstone.
Tombstone.
So, but I did enjoy it. It was short. Those I didn't finish. So literally, I didn't finish. I didn't 100%. So literally, I played through the story and then moved on to the next one. I didn't care about side missions and bases and shit because this was all shit going on in the same areas of the map that I just spent the last 30 hours. I wasn't interested in that. Probably if I'd have been a bit more, I don't even know what's the fucking word. Doesn't matter. Invested. If I'd have been a bit more invested in 2018 when I played the game, I probably, as each part came out, would have finished it. Cause I reckon 2 to 3 hours tops for each one, and you could 100% it. Wouldn't take long. But actually, by that point, I was desperate to move on to play Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yes.
Now, I know, Lee, you probably want to talk about this a little bit as well, so I won't go too...
Well, no, you go into it, mate, and I'll just discuss with you, because we've both played this, and obviously I was playing it on the last podcast as well.
Yeah.
But I've now finished it, and I've gone through again and platinumed it as well, so...
So here's the thing, here's my overall take with Miles Morales. I think it's better than Spider-Man 2018. By quite a margin.
It felt more down to earth for me. It felt a bit more realistic. It was I'm not sure whether it was funnier so much. Obviously I liked the bigger set pieces and the longer drawn out story of the first one when I played my replay.
Yeah.
And ignored all the side missions. But there was a lot more side mission stuff to do in the first. But Miles, even with the side mission stuff, it didn't feel overpowered by them.
No,
And
it
they
didn't.
kind of fit in a little bit into the story, and each piece had something to talk about as well. So I
Yeah.
quite like that.
So I think there's some great quality of life changes between 2018 and Miles Morales. The first one for me, frankly, is if you're a trophy hunter. My God, the crimes in 2018 annoyed the shit out of me. Because if you ignored them and you then wanted to go get your trophy, you just had to spend hours swinging around the city waiting for crimes to happen. With Miles Morales, you don't need to do, 5 of each. All you've got to do is, for trophies, you just got to tick a couple of boxes for each crime type. And you can force those crimes to just click off, which I thought was a really good addition.
Yeah, he just looks for them on his phone, doesn't he?
You just look through your app and go, I need to do this.
And they're always between sort of 400 and 700-800 meters away, which is a couple of seconds swinging. So,
which I think is a great quality of life change.
Yeah, I thought that was a good change too, and that included the additional sort of side story / little sort of helping out missions as well for people. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I think that's what helped me. I think enjoy Miles Morales a bit more. Your side missions feel like you're part of the community, and I think that's the big thing for me. I caveat all of this, as I always do with anything comic book. I know fuck all about Spider-Man, about Miles Morales, about any of this shit outside of what I know from Spider-Man 2018, Spider-Man Homecoming, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. My comic book knowledge is non-existent, so I don't know if this is what Miles Morales always feels like. I don't know if this is what Miles Morales' character is like, but from a player's point of view, from a story lover's point of view, Miles Morales felt more, like you say, more down to earth. I felt like I was part of the neighborhood. I actually felt like he gave a shit about his little bit of the neighborhood that is always being shat upon by everybody in power. I thought it was brilliantly done. It also felt a little bit like a fucking Infamous 2 follow-on, the amount of goddamn electric powers and shit that turned up in this fucking game.
Yeah, you got to remember, like, what. So, I mean,
the Infamous vibes were strong, man.
Yeah, but obviously everybody else knows that both Spider-Man are in it. So you think Spider-Man, Joe Spiderman,
Phil Spiderman.
Phil Spiderman. But you think that Miles would ring Peter at some point during the campaign and go, "Hey, Pete, how do you ever get anything done in this city? Because every single problem that I come up against needs my electricity."
Yeah. Yeah.
How have you ever got anything done without it?
Yeah. It was brilliant. And I have to. There was a very Black Panther feel to the film as well. To the game, and I'm talking everything from the characters. My God, the soundtrack to this game is amazing.
Yeah,
from I haven't really been into that style of music for a long time kind of person.
No, me neither. And I felt that the success of that style with Miles Morales obviously stems from Into the Spider-Verse more than anything.
Oh, absolutely. But the soundtrack is amazing. The songs are great. When you do X amount of things and you're given your black and gold suit and you look at it and go, this is 100% Black Panther. 100%. Probably not, obviously, a couple of weeks in the line, we'll talk about it, but obviously not my favourite game of the year. The best game I've played since my favourite game of the year, I think. I genuinely, I think it's a brilliant game. I've platinumed it as well, which includes 2 playthroughs. This is not something that usually I would ever fucking do. But again, it was so much fun to play, such a fun world to spend time in. Christmassy New York, as real life Christmassy New York does. It looks fucking gorgeous. Brilliant old game. Yeah. Absolutely adored Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and I
same.
cannot wait for Spider-Man 2, 3, and for it to be a co-op campaign with both Spider-Man in it.
Oh, I think there'll be more than just the two of them in it, if I'm honest.
You reckon we're going to have it Into the Spider-Verse?
Oh, I've got a sneaking
Dibs
feeling
on Spider-Pig.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure Spider-Pig will make it in. I think some of the more serious, like
I'd be surprised if he
2099
didn't
and
have
Gwen
Spider-Gwen.
Spider,
Yeah.
because she's massive. I guess she's massive now as well.
She's
But,
got a big
they've
following
also
after
got
Spider-Verse as well, hasn't she?
Oh, definitely. But there's also there's a massive list of this of Spider people that they can draw from.
Yeah.
And with that whole new form technology and it exploding, and that one with with the one with Miles' power and stuff, it's just with his Venom powers. I think that opens up a whole kettle of potential possibilities.
Which obviously anybody that's played 2018 knows it's a fucking gut punch of an ending. Spider-Man Remastered is quite mean, I think, to its player base by the end. I'll be honest, I did not expect the end of Miles Morales to do that. I did not expect to be quite emotionally hit by that.
I wasn't emotionally hit by it the first time I played it, but the second time Arthur was sat with me, and I was blubbing like a little baby.
And I will say nothing about it outside of the postcards side mission you get once you complete the game. Lads,
yeah, that's pretty cool too.
It fucking wrecked me completely. It was the end of the night. Wife had gone to bed. It was legit. I was sat here, and we're talking like the same way I finished The Last of Us. I was absolutely knackered, but I wanted to see the end of the game, and I got this and I was absolutely ruined by the end of that side mission. I did not see that coming at all. Needless to say, when I finished it the second time, it's a beautiful touch. Needless to say, when I finished it the second time, I did not go back and do that again.
No.
Sorry, mate, I kind of talked over you. Suddenly remembered the ending.
No, that's cool. No, I'm with you, mate, 100%. I thoroughly enjoyed that game. I am extremely looking forward to playing it on a PS5. I've seen, I follow a lot of people that do GIFs and pictures and stuff on Twitter and the like, and some of the stuff that they've been posting is excellent.
I'm no good with photo modes, man. I get the occasional fun picture. I think I got a really cool one from Remastered, but I tend to see things happen and go, "Oh shit! I should have paused that and got a photo."
Yeah, I do that a lot.
I just get too wrapped up in my game.
Well, you can't look at those sort of guys. They do it. It's their hobby, don't they? So you can't sit and look at their pictures. I mean, I occasionally think, I'll try and do this, and then I'll get a picture of it. So when I was playing with Arthur the other day, for some reason, one of Miles' arms spagged out, and it was basically just glued down to his side. It looked like he'd broken his arm.
Yeah.
So I was just basically doing loads of crazy tricks and stuff, and then just photoing it because this arm was just dangling at his side, really limp. And stuff like that. I did take that funny one that actually I just still crack up thinking about it.
The one in the museum.
The one in the museum, yeah. I was just fucking pissing myself about that one because because of the face and the hand gesture that you can do at the time. So yeah, that was really funny too.
Did you have any technical issues with it?
Outside of that limp arm, no.
Oh, interesting. So the puzzle you have to do before you go into the museum at that point, with the things you have to spin.
No, I didn't have anything with that one. But now thinking about it, the one with the engine.
Yeah.
We have to, basically, where you're supposed to stand with the engine is behind it, facing the place where you have to throw it.
Yeah.
But when I did it, I was standing on the other side because I was thinking about pulling it towards me, and I pulled it towards me, and then it got stuck in a wall. And I was like, can I get it out? And it allowed me to to grip it, but it was stuck in the wall for good.
I mean,
So I had to
I'm not,
reload.
I'd never knock marks off of it for it because it's an open world game and sometimes that shit just happens. But yeah, that electric puzzle just before the museum, I had to come out and load it back in just so that it would register that I could actually do my web thing, which was weird. Because I'm sitting there spinning it for about 10 minutes. I end up looking on a guide going, I've fucking done this. Why isn't it working? Yeah. No, I think that was it, though. Nothing major. But yeah, that one just kind of, that stuck with me. But I was like, shitbags. Right by the end, the tension's right the way up. And now you made me kick out of the game to make it fucking work. Douchebags.
Yeah, I've not had anything like they've... people swinging around as lampposts and stuff. I've not had any of that stuff.
No.
Yeah, just a dead arm, and that was it. Really.
Yeah. No, I think it's a massive improvement on 2018, which I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed 2018, but it's a massive improvement, game quality and quality of life wise. I think it's great, and I can't wait for more.
Yeah. Obviously, I can't wait for more either because I love Spiderman, and I'm looking forward to Remastered as well. Well, I'm not sure how I'm going to buy it yet.
Well,
I'll see when I get a PlayStation and then decide it.
Just use my account.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, okay.
It's digital.
Cross that bridge when we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
It's digital on my account, so you can't buy a physical copy of Remastered. It's only available digitally.
Oh right, okay.
So. And you can put your PS4 copy of Miles Morales in and get the PS5 upgrade for free.
Yeah.
So don't bother buying another copy. Just use my copy.
Okay. That I will do.
There you go.
Anything else?
No, that's it. I think. Of course, I have installed Hitman 2 onto my PlayStation, so I can crack on and get my story on that finish and get some trophies and some completion. And this week I booked off the week that Hitman 3 comes out, which is already prepaid for, and same as the Medium, the launch executable is installed on my PlayStation, ready to go. So bring it on. No, Hitman 3 I'm buying on PlayStation.
The Medium, you said?
Yes. Or like the Medium, the launch executable for Hitman is installed on my...
like the Medium.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right, yeah, I'm with you. I thought you said and the Medium. My bad.
I may have done. It's very late and I'm tired.
Okay. Well, I'll be brief then.
No, you're right, mate. Go for it. What have you been playing?
Well, to be fair, I haven't got much. So obviously I played Miles Morales and Platinum that. I've been playing Destiny with John. Quite a lot, and quite a lot without John as well, actually, as fact.
You son of a bitch.
So I finally laid Hades to rest briefly.
Briefly.
Because all I can think about when I pick up my Switch is how much I want to play Hades.
A second Switch that doesn't have Hades on it.
Yeah, just sign into a different account, start again. So I've got loads of games on the Switch because I often just fucking piss money up the wall in the sales. And they had a game called Scale Attack. Now, I like the look of it.
Was it one of the ones that was 8p in the sale?
No, it wasn't one of the cheap ones.
Boo.
It was relatively new release, and it's a 2D, and I think it's a Metroidvania. I'm not entirely sure. I played it for an hour. It's fucking pants.
Nice.
I don't know whether that's because I came out of such a high quality game.
What, with Hades and Miles Morales?
Yeah. And then played this, which is it just feels awkward. It's quite funny, and I like the idea of it. But at the moment, because obviously it's roguelike, Metroidvania, whatever, you start with nothing. And I just don't feel like I can do anything, and you die. Like, enemies hit you, and you don't die straight away. You get 3 or 4 hits, maybe.
Yeah.
But if you touch anything spiky or blue, you're dead instantly. And you lose a portion of, like, your gems or whatever they are that you're collecting, which obviously you're going to be using to level up.
Yeah.
I got to the first shop and I didn't have enough gems to buy anything.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, fuck this. So I played for about another half an hour and I was like, nah, I'm fucking done. This is bollocks. It literally, the most stupid wall jumping mechanic I have ever fucking played with in my life. It's so fucking awkward. Just weird. And it's hard to do. And I think that's the problem with it. It's probably not hard to do for people that aren't fucking crippled old men, but I can't even remember why I remember it being awkward. I just remember it being awkward. Maybe I'll try it a bit more at some point, but I'm not expecting to enjoy it.
A little bit down the line when you're not fresh off of a game that's blown you away.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that it had the potential for pretty good comedy in there. Yeah. Because some of the jokes were pretty good, and there was a couple of puns that were pretty good. And considering I only played for an hour and I'd had a few jokes already, I thought, oh, okay. It was the only thing that I was probably thinking I'll go back and try a bit more. But so I put that down, and I started playing something else that I bought in a sale. It's South Park, The Fractured Butthole. Obviously, I'm a big South Park. I love South Park fan. You know, I bought the models when it came out on the other consoles. The thing that lets it down on the Switch is the fucking load times are ridiculous.
Really?
Like, really fucking ridiculous. And obviously now I've got the SX as well.
Yeah, that's going to hurt it, isn't
I'm
it?
coming through fucking huge games on the SX that load in seconds to play in South Park, which is a 2D fucking fighter. And it takes almost 2 minutes to load one fight.
Jesus.
Wow. And I'm just twiddling my fucking thumbs because, like, you know, the Switch is something I play in the lounge while Arthur's doing his business or while dinner's being cooked by my beautiful and fantastic wife, who may or may not be listening to me.
I was going to say she's in the room, isn't she?
No, but she might be just down one floor down. So it just the load times are just fucking obscene. They are obscene. Other than that, you know, it's South Park. It's really good. It's not as good as The Stick of Truth.
No, see, I couldn't finish.
Or dirty as The Stick of Truth.
No, but I couldn't finish The Fractured Butthole. It didn't sit with me. I something about it. I think I got stuck on a fight, and I went, you know what? Fuck you. I'm done. Whereas The Stick of Truth, I absolutely loved. Absolutely loved.
Yeah, I think they toned down the crass and the crude and the absolutely fucking outrageous in this, so they could dodge all of the you know, they could get it released in every country. And I think to its detriment, that's probably one of the things that's ruined with the comedy of it.
Yeah,
it's lost that edge, and it's relying on references from season 2021, maybe. I can't remember what season.
Yeah, see that.
It's relying more on references to the season and throwbacks rather than it is actual quality jokes.
Yeah, see, that's the problem because I don't watch South Park. Not that I'm not a fan. I enjoy South Park. I think it's really fucking funny. But there's a time and a place for it, and I have a 7-year-old, so I can't really have it on all the fucking time. Yeah. And the wife ain't that big a fan, to be fair. It's not the kind of show that we can just kind of.
No, that's kind of the same in my house. I watch it on my lunch breaks.
Yeah.
If it's on demand somewhere.
So.
But other than that, it doesn't really get watched at the moment.
So if you're gonna do a game that relies on, frankly, subject knowledge of a TV show, no, not for me. You know, and I would say the same if it was a TV show that I love and know inside and out. You go, well, that's great. It's good for me, but you can't just want to sell it to me, surely. You know, you need to be able to sell it to the wider world. And obviously, you sell your game, and it's too late. Then it's been bought. But it's a shame. The Fractured Butthole just didn't grab me like the first one did.
No, and nor me. But my advice is, if you haven't played it and you want to play it, or you like South Park, play it on a console. Preferably a new one.
That's going to hurt the Switch so much, isn't it? I was reading the other day that I think it might have even been today. Next week, Doom Eternal's coming out on the Switch. Now, on the last gen of consoles, the loading times on Doom Eternal were mental. I haven't played it on the new ones yet. I'm waiting until it gets its SX update. But
It's not on the console though, isn't it? Isn't another one of those
is it one of its streaming ones?
the
Like
streaming
Control's
ones
gonna be.
like Control?
That might help then, because the fucking load time would be that would be go have your tea.
Yeah.
Between worlds kind of load times.
They would counter those load times by having much less enemies on the screen at a time.
True.
Which will ruin it.
Which they've done for loads of games in the past. Not just on the Switch, but like I think there was I can't even remember which console it was.
Borderlands on the Vita.
Yeah, and I was thinking the Wii version of Dead Rising. I think it was on the Wii.
Oh wow!
Where the Wii version of Dead Rising, there's
a version of that game no one ever fucking played
or wanted. Well, I mean, people did play it on the grounds that it's fucking hilarious to watch some of the videos of just how few zombies there are.
Wow!
Because it just can't handle it. Can't handle the sheer number of zombies you see in a Dead Rising game. Yeah, the Wii version of it, there's like 6.
I might buy the Wii version then, because that sounds the perfect zombie game for me. And I bought a Wii recently.
Wandering around in an empty mall because it can't load the zombies in for you.
Yeah. Well, don't play it on your Switch.
No.
It's just not worth it. There's better games out there. Play Hades.
As soon as the price drops to a decent price, I will pick it up.
Yeah.
I have said I will pick it up solely on your recommendation. I can't justify £20+ for a game like that, not for a roguelike.
No. I've not heard from Phil for a while on it. I know that he's finished it now. Finally.
Yeah.
And then I think actually after he finished the first time on it, and I think it was somewhere around late 20s in the terms of which run number, I think he actually went and ran it again a second time after that and cleared it again, which is pretty impressive.
Nice.
So fair play to him. I hope he's still playing it. I mean, I counted the other day. I am at 148 runs now.
Hell.
When I thought, you know what, I'm not even going to put it to that round number. I'm just going to leave it there.
Is that because you'll go, no, let's get to 150, and then you'll get almost there and have to do 151.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the last game that I've been playing is Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yes.
As people may know, you and I share games. So I have got your mega unlocked everything copy of Odyssey available to me. So I am playing that. It was slow going.
That's a fucking understatement, that is.
Now, it's not that I don't enjoy it as such, because it is Assassin's Creed.
And yet I sense a big hairy butt coming.
It's just, it feels both empty and full at the same time.
Yep.
And I'll explain myself in the fact that there is a lot of space with nothing in it. And travelling to and from said spaces is shocking at best, and particularly slow.
Dull.
Well, at least it's pretty for the most part. I don't know whether the new console's added to that, but it certainly looks pretty, and it runs lovely, and it loads relatively fast now as well, which is a bonus. I imagine I'd have been pissed if I'd have been loading for an hour. But the grind must be ridiculous. I actually decided to spend £16 on all of the time savers for the game, and I felt dirty for doing it. But I did not want to be playing this game for fucking forever. Like
No.
people, like the how long does it take? Is sort of 75 to 100 hours. I don't want to be playing the fucking game that long when I only get 2 or 3 hours a night.
Yeah. It's not a game
So
that needs it. It's not a story that
it's
needs
fucking
it.
ridiculous. The biggest gripe, and I'm sure it's everybody's fucking biggest gripe, is you can't. Why the fuck can't I assassinate people? I mean, seriously, they're the same fucking level as me, and I'm stabbing them in the ass most of the time. Literally, she knocks people over and then stabs them in the ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure I
I've
said
just
the
shot a
exact same
fucking
thing
spear
both
through some guy's
times.
neck. He's dead.
Yeah.
He's fucking dead. He's not coming back from that. He's not just tying it together. Oh no, wait, he's getting up and he's setting his sword on fire. Don't worry about that fucking huge hole in your neck, mate. It's fine. Don't you're all right. Keep going.
There were so many times, and I think where I lost my temper the last time I tried to play it, there was a side mission I needed to do to progress the story. I was severely underleveled, and the only way I would be able to do it would be to sneak around. But even sneaking around, I couldn't do it because it wouldn't let me kill people from the bush. And I literally, Matt, I went, absolutely fuck you. And I uninstalled it, and I swore I'd never go back. I can't. Odyssey is the one Assassin's Creed game I can't finish.
That's the reason you shouldn't go back. So the time saver that I've done, which is it's a 50% increase in XP, and that's not a small fucking time saver. That is a big ass time saver.
I got that because I bought the Ultimate Edition. I think because it's consumable, you don't get it.
Right.
But I do, so I think I got like 50% XP.
Oh, so it was 50% then?
Or it might have been 25%.
Yeah, I was going to say it must have been lower because I'm finding the story missions, if I just drop out of the story mission and do one side mission,
yeah,
and then the story missions 1 or 2 levels below me.
But the grind
yeah, is shit.
The grind with a booster, I think, it disgusts me. Like, I mean, it's blatant. It's no different to microtransaction rip-off on a mobile game at that point.
No, it's not. And this game wasn't free.
No, it weren't. That was I don't think it was full price. That was a sale game, and I think I still paid 60 quid for it.
Yeah. Well, I got 50% increase in XP, 50% increase in
Drachma,
gold, whatever. And basically all of the things on the map highlighted,
Oh yeah, the proper time saver packs.
So we've obviously spoken about the number one gripe, which is not being able to assassinate people in one hit. So another gripe is the map system. It's fucking pants. So why have I got to switch between all of my story and side mission icons to a different set of icons, and then to the icons that I've bought? So I have to scroll through 3 maps every time I want to see if there's anything nearby.
Yeah.
Can't I just have every icon? All icons. Just put all icons, please. It can't be that hard to do. Obviously, they've moved along now, haven't they? So they're not going to change that.
I hate that fucking game so much. I genuinely, it's stupid. It's a matter of pride for me that I was championing Assassin's Creed long after everybody else had fucked off and got pissed off with it, and then they came out with this fucking Odyssey, and I was horrified, mate. Absolutely horrified.
Well, I've got 2 more. I've got 2 more, mate. Don't worry.
Jesus.
The fucking mercenary thing.
Oh.
And while it seems or feels like it was a good idea, because it feels like it should be similar to the Nemesis system in Shadow of War, it feels like you should be able to beat a guy and move along and move up, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
No, you can't. Basically, those guys are there just to fuck you off for the whole game.
Yeah.
In terms of, because you're a mercenary, nobody fucking likes you. So everything that you do and everywhere that you go and everything, you want to clear every place and you want to clear every chest and set fire to shit that you have to set, do every mission that you're supposed to do.
Every cunt hates you.
These guys are basically your wanted system, the same as you get in every other fucking game. It's like you either get the police or whatever else. This is your wanted system, but it doesn't send them at the same level as you. It sends them in 4 or 5 or 6, 7, 8 levels higher than you.
Yeah.
So you can't scratch the bastard.
Big fucking skulls above their heads, so you shouldn't go anywhere near them.
Yeah, and the problem is it doesn't just send one.
No.
So like, it goes, okay, you've got to level 1. We're going to send one that's the same level as you.
Yeah.
You get to level 2, we'll send one that's a level above you, and so on and so forth. Oh no, it sends one at a level above you, and then when you get to your second skull, it sends you another one that's a couple of levels above you, and then you get to 3, it sends another one, which is normally a big fucker, that's about 5 levels above you, and you're fighting 3 of them at the same time while you're trying to clear a fort out, and I'm thinking, what the fuck is this?
Mate, the amount of times I was trying to like clear a fort or something, and they appear, so you're like, no, okay, I best hide. I'm not ready for that fight. I'm just gonna hide, let them go past, and they just walk around you in a circle and never fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, oh Jesus!
You just have to pay the bounty.
You're sitting there watching
they fuck up.
Merlin, the fat cat rapist, who's walking around looking for. Mate, fuck off and let me play my game.
The worst thing for me is like, you go up with your eagle, you tag everything on the map, and they're already there.
Yeah.
But you don't fucking realise that they're there. So you're sneaking around and doing your fucking assassin shit. You're fucking sparking everybody out. You're shooting arrows from fucking the other end of the world, and they're going through people's eye sockets and so on and so forth. And you sneak up behind this guy, and it says stealth attack.
Yeah.
Or hold critical for stealth attack. I'm like, what the fuck? Who's this guy? So I look at him and go, he's fucking 5 levels above me. What the fuck's going on here? So I'll stealth attack him. Boof, up in the ass again as usual.
Yeah.
And then all of his mates come around, and then I'm surrounded by fucking dipshits again. Oh Christ! But I am quite enjoying the main story arc at the moment.
Who are you playing as?
I'm playing as Cassandra,
Good
obviously.
Man. Yeah.
So I generally always play as a woman, but preferably I think
she's canon as well. I think her story is the canon one.
Supposedly she's the better one to go with as well, because she doesn't seem quite as fucking stupid.
Yeah. I think before I get anywhere near Valhalla, I'll have to, I don't know, watch YouTube videos of the story. Assassin's Creed stories are great, and I want to see it, but not at the expense of playing Odyssey. Just not.
Wonder if you could just like watch the cutscenes and still get the gist of it.
I think you probably could. I think someone somewhere has got a YouTube supercut that I can watch. That's about 3 hours long, and that's all I need.
Yeah. Well, I've just got to the bit where I mean, it's old enough. Okay, it's not really spoilers now for anybody, is it? Let's be honest. But I've just got to the bit where she first meets her brother.
Yeah.
I know where you are. Yeah, that's where I am at the moment. And I really enjoyed that cutscene. In fact, I enjoyed that cutscene so much that I actually went on and watched the opposite version, because I didn't realise what the opposite version would be.
Yeah.
Until that point, I didn't realise that the two of them would be a straight split in the story with slight things changed, until I seen the video, And then I realised, obviously, they've just split the two down the middle, and I had a sneaking feeling it was gonna. Well, initially when I started, I thought it was going to be Cassandra starts here. You start working for the Spartans. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You go this way, and I just presumed that the other guy, Alexio, is it, or Alexios?
Yeah.
I just presumed he would start, say, on the other side of the map, but he would be working for the Athenians, and then you'd both meet up at some point in the game. That's how I presumed it going.
Yeah.
But that's not how it goes, as it is. It's basically you just replace one character for the other.
Yeah.
Which kind of works too, in a way. But he definitely comes across better in that role of Demos than she did.
Yeah.
It made more sense, and it felt more threatening, I guess. I will keep playing it. Hopefully I don't get bogged down with too much crap. I'm just gonna try and ignore doing, like when you get to a location trying to get everything.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that like we've done on previous games. You just go to your next question mark on your map and then do everything. I'm not doing that for this. It's just too fucking big.
Yeah.
I'm just going to roll through what I need to roll through and do side quests that are going to feel like they're worth doing and they're not just fetch quests.
Yeah. How long
And
did it
that'll
take
be
you
me.
to see the title screen?
4 hours.
Wow.
And that was on a faster loading console.
Yeah. While skipping side missions.
Yeah,
And with the
4
time saver
hours.
pack.
To be fair, at the start of the game, I did DOS a bit. I reckon you could knock it out in probably 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you know what? I would really like to see a real turnaround in the Assassin's Creed and move to more of a less open world version. So more sort of God of War style, sort of a more open linear game.
Yeah, I'd
because
take a hub
brilliant.
over an open world, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, God of War, Deus Ex, that kind of stuff. We got a bit of a hub and a hub world. I'd take that. Frankly, mate, I'd take, even the bigger worlds of like Syndicate or Unity. I'd take those over Origins and Odyssey because they just felt cleaner. I don't necessarily buy that every open world game has to have a map bigger than every other game that's ever come before it. Because two things happen. Either, one, there's nothing in this enormous fucking world to keep me interested. Or two, it's so chock-a-block full of shit that if I had 3 lifetimes, I still wouldn't see the end of it.
No. The worst thing for me about open world games is when it comes to side quests and little quests that you have to do because you need to increase your rank or you need to grind or whatever.
Yeah.
The worst thing is accepting a quest off the same guy who lives all over the world.
Yeah.
He's just got different skin colour or different hair colour, but he's the exact same character model. And that gets up my tits.
Yeah.
Just when you notice, didn't I just speak to you? And you were blacked up about half an hour
Blacked
ago.
up, fucking hell,
Yeah.
dude.
It's the same. That's what it is, though. They don't change the face and character model, do they? They
No.
just change the skin color and hair and the outfit. So the guy's got the same chin, the same nose, the same eye color, everything. It's just mental it's weird when you see it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I recognise faces quite a lot.
I think I used to. I don't necessarily quite so much anymore. I do find myself when I play a lot of these games, I let myself just kind of disappear into the story. I tend to not pay attention to those details. I think that's how I end up enjoying myself a bit more. But with games like Odyssey, when you pull me out of my enjoyment like that, that's when you know you really, really done fucked up. And I think Odyssey really did fuck up a lot.
Mm. Well,
I genuinely, I hope you finish it. We've said this about films and games on the chat a lot. I don't ever want somebody to hate something. God, no.
I will finish it. I certainly don't feel turned away from it.
I genuinely hope you get to the end.
Quirks and things that annoy me, like enemies respawning every 5 seconds and stuff. But
yeah. I hope you get to the end. I
probably
will.
will.
Hope you enjoy it. I don't. For me, it done so many. It broke so many egregious rules for me. I just no. But hopefully you have a better experience.
As long as I keep paying off my mercenary bounties,
yeah,
and being able to assassinate people in story missions. I'm not so fussed about side missions, but story missions.
Assassinate.
Yeah. Assassinate. That's a good one, actually, because she literally, I don't know, she hits them in the kneecaps.
Yeah.
And they sort of fall forwards, and then she stabs them in the. It looks like she stabs them in the ass.
I'll be honest. I don't even know if she ever gets her hidden blade. I never got that far.
They don't get hidden blades in this one, do they?
I don't know. I have no idea.
No,
Is there a hidden blade in Origins?
Origins is the first hidden blade.
Yes, Origins. Well, Origins has a hidden blade. Yes.
Yeah, Origins is the first hidden blade, and that's set after.
It is,
this
yeah,
game.
but it was also made beforehand, so I'm quite I'm very much expecting them to retcon it.
Oh, right, yeah, probably. But they've
They'll
got the
just
Spear of
retcon it saying,
Leonidas,
"This
haven't
is
they?
the
So
first Hidden Blade."
they might create it in this game,
Yeah,
but not use it. I don't know. We'll see.
Or it'll be a
I will
predecessor.
keep you posted.
yeah,
The top end of a spear just inside her sleeve.
yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you finish it. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, I
No,
will.
you know,
I'll keep playing.
no sarcasm at all. I genuinely hope you enjoy it.
Me too. So, gents,
Remember when you said it was going to be a short one?
That was 2 hours ago.
well, you know, sometimes you just get stuck into shit, don't you? You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
And
It's
we
probably
did.
the first time in a while where we've actually played games that we've enjoyed. All of us, in fact, have played games we've enjoyed. We've played games we haven't enjoyed as much, but we've also played games that we've enjoyed.
I like talking about the games I don't enjoy as well. It's nice to get it out of your system every now and then, just to slag something off because it's shit.
Your mum.
Your mum.
Oh yes. Oh, it happened. It came. Right, your mum. No, go. Right, okay. So we might as well wrap up then, I guess.
Sounds good. That's what your mum said.
Yeah. How do we do
Stop
that?
Just stop.
Okay, so John, where can people find you if they need to?
I am on Twitter as John_CU and on Xbox Live as LongDongSilver.
Brooks, what about you, bud?
I am on Twitter at Brooker411. And that's it.
And I am Pyro Loveridge almost everywhere. And if you're not interested in each of us personally, you can find us all at Character Unlock in the same platforms as you would find us singularly. Right then, good night.
Good night, boys.
Bye.